This early morning stream is for YouTube mostly, but these are the top 5 favorite tanks in my garage, and I shall show my garage. Decide which of my favorite top 5 tanks. I play a lot of tanks though. I have 30 that I play from time to time. The only reason I don't have crews in these two is because the T-34-85s and the 85M, and I actually don't have a crew for the Stuck 4 anymore. But we're coming with number 5. Number 5 gonna be the AMX 12T. It's fast, it's light, health pull is a little lower than it used to be. They actually lowered it than what it used to be. It used to be 600, I think, but they lowered it to 580. Armor's terrible, but fast. Got a great gun. 4-clip autoloader. Accuracy is not that bad. You gotta be good on the move, going past things. It's really good. It's a really good tank. I like it. My crew right now is only working on the second perk, but it's good for passive or active scouting. And depending on your playstyle, it could be either. Now, coming in at number 4, I'm going to zoom in, actually. Take a look around on this thing. My stats for this tank is actually not that bad, I think. I have to look. But coming in at number 4, the Centurion Mark 1. This thing in real life, beast, I hear. In the game, depends on what tier, but you can make it a beast. So, it's got pretty good, okay front armor. Lower plate's always a weak spot. Side armor is kind of terrible. The turret is really good, from what I hear at least. Turret is nice. So, it's early in the morning. My little brother has to go to school. He's getting dressed and getting ready for it. He's gonna have a good day. For this tank, I really made this really good because I've got the commander, gunner, and loader 4 perks, driver. It's only 3, but if you notice why, it's because of the who's in the category of that. I had female officers from the missions up here, medium tank missions and heavy tank missions. So they were brought down the line. All in all, it's a really good tank. So it's really good. Coming in at number 3, the IS. I would say the original heavy tank that I started playing in. Of course, before that it was the KV. You got the KV. It used to be the KV-1S before they made the KV-85. And then they brought that down to tier 5, made the KV-85 into tier 6. And this thing is a beast. Great armor, great all-around armor, except for the rear. I think the rear is not that bad. All in all, the armor is great. Look around on it. Great for side scraping. You have to be careful about right here though, because it's not as angled as your tracks or your back armor back here. So it's flatter. So shells can really go through. Good 122 millimeter gun. What is that back here? What is that? Elite. Oh god. Another tier 8 premium tank for people to buy up. I'm not buying this. There's no reason to. This tank is a beast though. I used to be really good in this thing. Now, new tanks, everything, it's a lot harder. New guns, new firepower. Plus everyone just pushes a 2 key and fires premium at me. We're gonna do this. Little brother, you gonna be ready for school?
Yeah.
Where's your socks? You gotta go in a few minutes. Coming in at number 2
Oh, look at my 20 left.
is the E2 Sherman Jumbo. Now, with this thing, I'm going to show first the 105 that's on it right now because I like the derp. The derping is fun. It's got good armor. Speed's a little lackluster, but that's because of the armor. And the turret, it depends on which turret you like because if you look here, the first turret that you get has more armor, but less traverse speed and less view range. Second one has less, but more range, view range, and better traverse speed, so you turn it a lot faster. I like the second one for the view range because this thing, I've made it with the crew and everything to a good, sort of like a medium scout, like a heavy scout almost. And I can sit there and not fire if I need to. And the crew skills on this is so much right now that it's taking so long just to grind for their 5th now. Now, with the other gun, this though, the 105 gun, the HE shells, they don't do as much damage if you don't penetrate, but this is just for having fun mostly. The penetration on it's not bad. I mean, 53 millimeters isn't going to get you through any tier 6s, 7s, or 8s to the front, but sides and rear, maybe. And you're going to do module damage, of course. But if we switch guns and go to the 76, top 76, I've got the reload down a lot. Let's give it a second, it's doing the ammo. And long barreled 76 on this thing can absolutely wreck shop. Got fast reload speed. I can make it faster if I put a different consumable on. Let's see how fast it'd be if a case of cola. Bring it down 1700ths of a second, by the looks of it. And all this makes up for a really good tank, especially with the frontal armor being 152. It's really good. Especially if you angle it right. People hit your front, not your sides. Bounce shots as long as they don't hit that machine gun port or the lower plate down here. All in all, this is a very good tier 6 medium. Now for my favorite tank, coming in at number 1, something that came in recently to be my favorite. Now people would, if you don't know the game, it's not, people would think, say, my favorite tank be the KV-2. And I love the KV-2. I've had my first crucial contribution in this thing because I took out 8 enemies. I think it was 8. I would have to look at it. No, it was 9 enemies, and it was with a KV-2. I've saved the replay. I can't look at it now because of things with it, but the KV-2, I love it. It's got the most kills, 9. But it's not my favorite tank, unfortunately. No, fortunately, the KV-2 comes in at number 6. So if this was a top 10 list, this would be at number 6. As much as I love this thing, it's not my favorite. Now, on the other hand, recently, earlier in the year, I got the Centurion 7-1. This is a beast. When you first get it, the gun on it's terrible. The 20-pounder guns aren't that good because you get them from the Centurion 1. But then, have fun at school, kid. I'm not going to school. Why are you telling me you too? You tell me you too? You tell me to go to school? You tell me you love me. Tell me you love me? There you go. You have a good day. So, see ya. So the 20-pounder guns on these things, they're great for tier 8. Once you hit tier 10 games, so it gets harder to penetrate the bigger tier 10s and the heavy tier 9s. But with the 105 L7 gun, this is a beast of a gun. With 390 average damage, 268 penetration, and the high explosives. It's not your standard high explosive. Your standard high explosive for any other nation is going to be regular HE. But for the British, most of their standard high explosives or non-standard, since it has premium high explosive, is going to be Hesh. And that's what makes this thing so good. Hesh is, oof, it's a beast of a thing, especially with the 105, because you could have the non-premium Hesh of 105 millimeters of penetration, do an average of 480. But then you have premium, goes to 210. That's only 40, no, about 40, 50 less than the average penetration of the APCR. But with the premium Hesh 210, it may cost a lot, but you still do a lot of damage. Think of it as like the old FV 183, but they don't have it anymore. But you would have to say the FV 4005, or as some people call it, the shit barn. It's not really shit anymore, but it looks still like a barn. It's not as bad as it used to be. It's still lightly armored, but the Hesh on it, and that's all anyone wants, because that's all you need. Hesh for this thing is amazing, with great frontal armor. Of course, the lower plate's gonna suck. Side armor is pretty good. The turret is amazing. You got the weak spot up here, of course, in the cupola, the commander's hatches. You would think this is a weak spot, but actually this is like just, it's empty space back here, so you could damage a module. I think that would be more like an observation port. But this thing is amazing. Firepower on this thing so much because I got the reload down to less than 10 seconds. And it's all good. It's all going to be good. Especially with this thing. This thing I may not have a great record with. I don't really know. But I love it. Let's take a look at it. Actually, yeah, my win rate is not that good. But I still have a good hit percentage and good a lot of other things. But I love this thing. I don't know if I had the most damage in this thing. Maybe it was the FP 4002. Let's see. Most damage. Does that exist in this parameter? Oh, 5,347. How much have I had in one battle? It doesn't say. I wish I could figure that out. But 4,000, 4,000, 5,000. It looks like the IS-7 has been beat by like a couple. But as much as I love the IS-7, it's not my top 5. Gotta love my Centurion. So those are the top 5 my favorite tanks. So that's it for this for now. And I'm going to upload this to YouTube in a minute. And then I'm going to get started with the stream. See you, YouTube. Okay, going to end the stream for a minute and I'll be back in about 10 minutes after I've done the YouTube.